Hello, 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 hello. Sorry for the slight delay. I was helping out some family with something real quick before we get the stream started. And I left my water bottle downstairs in hindsight as well. Welp. I'll go grab that in a little bit because I am thirsty. So with that being said, since I'm about to grab water here in a minute, we might as well use the load screen to do so. But it is good to be back. We tried to do a stream yesterday, but unfortunately I was a little tired. Fatigue was setting in. But, oh hey, there's that load screen I was talking about. Let me go grab water real quick. And this is where I get to feel stupid. Okay. I step away and I get mauled to death by a coral. Fun. To be honest, I just saw it coming. I did decide to stand there at the end of last stream due to a power outage. And I didn't think I was gonna get mauled to death by a tiger while I was grabbing water, but hey. I live once more. Well, I need to go kill them anyway, so we have to go back. They were over here in one port. So yeah, sorry about that. I'm just bad. I'm gonna pull up phone, chat on my phone just so I can see if anything does occur in chat, but I do doubt it inherently, not to be rude, but I am small. I don't get many viewers. If at all, unfortunately. Which means I have to entertain myself. Oh, with that being said, kind of want to talk about Warhammer today. It's a fairly common topic for me, but with everything I've done, I want to talk about Warhammer for a bit. So where do I start? Indeed. It's a little background with her. Would it? So I got into Warhammer last year, basically January 1st. So I've been in a Warhammer 40k for about a year now. Sorry for you wizard heads, but it's not Age of Sigmar, unfortunately. So I got into 40k, and due to my love for mecha stuff, my friends who decided to drag me into the hobby forcefully bought me a big old box of Tau. E-A-U. Tau. As in, the greater good. As in, it's not enough firepower unless it's dead. You know, the only faction that's actually, like, progressing, like, lore-wise and, like, power-wise, in a stagnating embodiment of society. So TLDR, I didn't start getting into books. So I am a book reader. Specifically, I'm a pretty big fan of the Necron books. So, you know, before anyone asks, unfortunately, I do have to agree with most people that the Phil Kelly Tau books are not good. Like, they're serviceable, they're fine, however you want to put it. I don't care for them, unfortunately. Like, they're, like, if I had to describe it, I wouldn't call them Tau books, but they feel like very generic hero story in a way that, like, you could tell a story with any other faction for the most part. And not to say that's a bad thing by any means, Warhammer's still a large setting that it's inherently hard to do, to tell a story for a very specific faction without it coming off as very human. But if you read Warhammer, you know that the least human faction to read and follow is humanity. I don't mean that, like, as I'm, like, a negative or, like, a mean thing to say. I think it's just, in my opinion, it's the truth of the matter, that I just think that humanity as a faction in Warhammer, I'm not gonna say they're not interesting, I'm just gonna say I don't think they're very easy to follow a lot of the times. Or they can be hard to relate to. And so, I've gone through basically every Tau book on Audible, because yes, Audible is the easiest way to get into Warhammer in my opinion. And before you ask, yes, I did do the Infinite and Divine pipeline because I do not care for the Horus Heresy. Don't get me wrong, I think it's a really cool concept to have that piece of lore be such a big deal. Unfortunately, that piece of lore is like 50, 60 books long, and I'm not doing that, unfortunately. I like the idea though. I think the Horus Heresy as a concept is a really cool, like, concept. Because it's just like it's a lot of really good world building for the Space Marines. Unfortunately, I wish I could do something similar for the other factions of 40k. Because they don't have, like, the in-depth history, and, you know, unfortunately, Primarchs sell. I say unfortunately, like, I don't like the Primarchs as well. I do. I'm not saying the Primarchs are inherently bad, but I'm not going to be the first to say that I don't think the Primarchs are, like, the end-all be-all of the faction. Frankly, I am of the opinion that 40k is at its best when it isn't Primarchs and it's, like, smaller down-to-earth characters. Like, one of my personal favorite characters is Ultix from the Twisted King novels, which my rant is largely to be focusing on here in a little bit. But I like the Primarchs. I think they're neat. I do fall for Primarch slop content quite a bit. Namely because I really like Perturabo. I think Perturabo is a really neat character because the idea of just petulance incarnate is just a fun idea to me, right? Like, if I were to do any of the Primarch novels, I do want to do Purdy's. I just think Perturabo's novels conceptually sound like a lot of fun to me. But as it stands, you know, I haven't done them. I've been very busy doing Xenos books. I like the Xenos. I think the Xenos are, like, conceptually cool in Warhammer. I just wish they were better executed a lot of times. Tau is a really big example of this, but I just don't think Tau gets treated very well by the writers. Like, I very much stand by the notion that Tau did not get a good book until recently. Elemental Council. If you have not read Elemental Council, all I'm gonna say is please do. I think Elemental Council is a phenomenal Tau book. It's just it's not just like a phenomenal Tau book. It's a phenomenal book in general. Because it's a really well made murder mystery. And it only works because it's Tau. That's a big thing for 40K. Like, a lot of books are like, oh, like, it's just generic, like, insert genre here. Like, you have your horror stories, you have your mysteries, you have your thrillers, you have your war stories. You have your children's book, which, yeah, there's some videos on the Warhammer children's book. I will probably never touch them. But the fact that, you know, those are a thing, is really interesting to me because it shows GW's attempts to make Warhammer appeal to the broader audience. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. From my perspective, 40K isn't... 40K hasn't reached a point of, like, Star Wars where they're trying to appeal to everyone and just eventually gets to the point where it's like, what audience is there? Warhammer 40K very much knows its audience and sticks with it, which I appreciate, because trust me, not knowing your audience is a death flag for an IP, in my opinion, and I think Warhammer does a very good job at keeping itself alive. With, like, probably the biggest point that I will give Warhammer in its favor is the revival of Rabute Gilliman. That kind of be like a birthday really moved the plot. For a long time, from what I've gathered, is a really nice, like, really cool addition to have as well. Because, frankly, Gilman is the thing that's getting their plot really moving, but with current, like, pace of writing, unfortunately, we're having to sit here and wait quite a long time for the plot to actually get moving. Because, like, the Lion's back. Lionel Johnson, a fan favorite character for many. He's back in the narrative. He has done jack shit. I mean this in the nicest way possible, Lion, and authors of GW. Where the fuck is... Where's Lion? What's he doing? We haven't seen him since, you know, the Tyranid stuff started happening. He's just been gone. Where's the Lion, buddies? But with that being done, let's head to Solos real quick as we continue the rant. And slurp a fruit gel cup, because I have nothing better to do than partake in fruit gel cups. The fruit cocktails, you like those. It's one of those, effectively. Let's see. Oh yeah, Warhammer books. So at this point, I have read all of the Tau books in Audible, except for the newest Farsight book that just came out like 2 months ago or so. It's either that or Gazcool Thraka, Prophet of the Wall I start next, because I just like going through Xenos books. But I've gone through the Tau books, being the Farsight novels 1 and 2, Shadow Sun, the Patient Hunter, and now Elemental Council, which I do think Elemental Council is the best book by far, not even close, unfortunately, for Tau players like myself. That was almost a huge mess. Almost gelled on myself there. A gift from Walking One, Buscaron. A gift for these ones. Such a lovely scent. This one has never smelled anything like this before. The Warhammer talk has not been forgotten, fellows. I am sorry, but we must do this. Walking One. Buscaron and adventuring one of him. Hi. No, this one is equally grateful. Many Walking Ones are scary. Many Walking Ones utter lies and much deception. But this one is moved. All of these... No, let's fix my voice here. Let all these ones be friends forever. Damn, these all suck. February 6th, let's go. Let's say, fellas, I think it's gonna stream like 7 or 8. We should have Realm Reborn done by sometime next year. This one has been expecting you, Walking One. This one fetches Elder One. Elder One descend from the trees. She was speaking only Vietnamese. This one is pleased to see Walking One again. Welcome to the home of these ones. Ah, there you are, Celiana. You have just been hearing... there you are, Celiana. We have just been hearing tell of your deeds of daring do. Well done. Ah, the Walking One to aid in Araxia. This one is grateful. A pleasure to have been of service. If you do not mind my asking, how did your misadventure come about? This one does not mind. The misadventures as Walking One calls them. This one began when Imperial Ones entered the woods. Fearing trouble, these ones decided to watch Imperial One closely. But these ones watched too closely. Imperial Ones noticed and tried to catch these ones. Having nowhere else to hide, this one fled into Totorak. But that this one had not. In Totorak, a sinister one robed in black tried to feed this one to a many-legged. A sinister one robed in black? Why do I have a feeling I should be more worried about that than I am? Elder Fixio, we have come to you as emissaries of the nation of Gridania. This missive bears the word of the Elder Seedseer. This one sees, so Walking Ones of Gridania, fearful of Lord Ramu. You should be. I may put your people summon the Lord of Levin but once, yet that single occurrence occasioned great alarm. But it's not as if Gridanians dislike you or anything. Actually, I just think the opposite. They think of you as friends and don't want anything to get in the way of that. That's why the Elder Seeds here wrote to you. This one well knows and respects Horned One, Kana Isana. Be assured, like Walking Ones of Gridania, these ones have no desire for conflict. But the Dark Sylphs do. These ones resorted to summoning Lord Ramu to protect the woods from Imperial ones. This one counseled against doing so, but was not heeded. Against this one's wishes, Lord Ramu was summoned. All those ones who took part became touched ones, diddled by the darkness. These ones so desperately to turn down touched ones back to normal ones, but did not know how, and still do not know how. Touched ones, meanwhile, want to turn these ones into touched ones, and did know how. So this one fled to the soulless, with all those who did not wish to become bound to Lord Ramu. But walking ones in Gridania need not fear touched ones and Lord Ramu. Unlike the other primal ones, Lord Ramu is not callous and cruel. He's hungry in wizardry. As long as walking one does not trespass on these one's ancestral homeland where touched one resides, walking ones will not suffer thunderous judgment. But this one has spoken enough of touched ones. This one would speak instead of these ones, as this one stands. These ones desire peace, and walking ones for Gridania. And so, ones are asked for a chance to set things right again. By way of an addendum, mortals who are tempered come to take on the qualities embodied by the primal in question. In the case of the Sylphs, Ramu's influence may have made them fiercely protective of their homeland. Bandai Namco post? What were her ancestors saying? That explains why they're so hostile towards trespassers, but what about the abductions? Oh, that explains why they're so hostile towards trespassers, but what about the abductions? Upon question, Nita. The abductions are, I believe, an expression of tempered self-desire for reconciliation, another quality traditionally associated with Ramu. In the crudest manner imaginable, they seek to bring their fellows back into the fold, a timely reminder that the challenges posed by each primal are unique. As Ofixia, we thank you for making your will known to us. The people of Gridania will rest easy in the knowledge that they and themselves are united in their desire for peace. Wishing to cooperate is what is without feeling of those ones. Please see that those feelings are conveyed to the Horned One, Kana Isana. And with that, I believe we can lay the matter of Ramu to rest. So, that's very reasonable. I must say, you could learn a lot from him. That's a him. I thought the entire time that it was a woman. Oh. Well, was that a jibe? If so, I feel it's only fair to observe that one of us wouldn't recognize reason if it punched her on the nose. Did I say fair? I meant reasonable. Alright. Anyway, we're going back to the Waking Sands and telling Minfilia all about it. Fear not. We'll be sure to mention the instrumental part you played in all of this. Now while we see to that, we should appreciate it if you would deliver Frixio's missive to Anna's Nest. Elder Frixio, we humbly thank you for your time. It has really been an honor. The honor is this one's. Together, let the walking ones of Redania and these ones find a way to live in peace. I must talk like this now, because I realize that Frixio is a bad. Please wait, walking one. Celiana. A true Barrack's voice, since I now know that, Frixio is a male. One has yet to give walking one a token of this one's appreciation. It's a butterscotch. When these ones summoned Lord Ramu, these ones were gifted with this butterscotch. This one would now just bestow the crystal upon walking one as a symbol of these ones' trust. Have a strawberry candy from Grandfather. Yes. Flashback time. Well, I am the Echo. Let us see. Oh. That crystal goes there. We only have 3 more to go. And with its power, I should gain a bunch of XP, should I not? No? Darn. Yes. This one was not mistaken about walking. You fell asleep standing up here. But walking one is destined to walk a fate far crueler than this one can imagine is. A brilliant light from within walking one up the crystal of this one's thought. You ate it, butterscotch and all. Walk this one well. That butterscotch will one day be of use to walking one. Walking one must keep that crystal safe at all times. Before walking one returns to Gridania, this one would ask walking one to watch touched ones. As long as touched ones are not troubled, touched ones will not make trouble. If walking one witnesses touched ones making no trouble, mayhap walking one can testify to walking ones of Gridania that these ones made no harm. These ones' homelands fought with danger. This one marks down a safe place to look out for touched ones. I wanted to say fate touch like D&D for a second. Stretch my elbow. We'll wait until we get hit with the cutscene when we do the lookout up ahead. If we don't... Look, 40s. Splash lookout. Oh, there's the cutscene. There are tempered sylphs in the distance. Do not sense that they pose danger if left alone. Look at this photograph. Oh, no one's here, so, I guess that's that. Nothing to do whatsoever. Nope. Not at all. Except for, I guess, wait for the game to load. Shoot. I have fun doing that on occasion. I don't be obnoxious. Behind you. If it isn't Celiana, I don't want them meeting with the sylphs. They're hungry. They ate my shoes. Emissary from the Sylph Elder himself, if I may. The Sylphs have no desire for conflict, nor do they intend to summon Ramu. And so long as we the tempered ones be, we need not fear any aggression on their parts. The Elder Seed Seer will be overjoyed to hear the Sylphs have welcomed your overtures. Unfortunately, we bring sleepiness. We may channel our resources towards tackling the more conspicuous threats to our security. You have done this nation a great service, my friend. On behalf of all Gridanians, I give you my thanks. Commander Hulot appears to have more to say. The bastard. The Sylphic folk have long been friends to Gridania. The mere thought of being at war with them pained the Elder Seed Seer to no end. But owing to your efforts, she will be able to rest easier, being the benevolent soul that she is. My lady will surely try to find a way to reverse the tempering process. Once again, I thank you. Are the signs of the seventh dawn not offered to mediate between our people's suspicion and doubt may have well led us into needless conflict. Pray, pass on my regards to Lady Minfilia. Hold on, she's calling me. Hello? Hello, Celiana? Can you hear me? It is I, Minfilia. Ida and Papalimo returned some little while ago, and they wasted no time in regaling me with tales of your exploit. Thanks in large part to you, the name of one primal may be struck from the list of our enemies, and the Gridanians may return their attention to more pressing matters. Well done! Yet the end of the tale is but the start of another. Pray return to the waking Santa at your earliest convenience. I would apprise you of the present situation in person. More goddamn work to do. So with that being said, we need a bat. So, crack open one of these. We're in the Vesper Bay, baby. Well, we traveled back to rambling. So, I finished books today. Well, I say some, but it's more like I finished a book today. Because I'm a very long time Warhammer fan, so I finally finished the Twisted King duology, written by Nate Crowley. Fantastic author, by the way. If you've not read anything by Nate Crowley, I highly recommend a lot of his work. I don't know if he's only done Warhammer books or not. I assume he hasn't. I think Nate Crowley's a really good writer. I know his workbooks for Warhammer are very popular, but I digress. I want to talk about the Necrons here for a second, because I like my robot skeletons. Oh. Oh. This how I get glamours? I did not know this. let's grab these real quick. Shoot. What do you offer, Nedrick? Generic armor. That actually could be useful for a dungeon. I do not know. So where's Falkland? Falkland appears to be over here. Falkland. Not Falkland. I was gonna say Falkland at that point. Oh? Was your Sweargame sent you, did she? That woman, I've never known anyone so lazy. Would it care to come up and get it herself? Here you are. Shouldn't let her push you around, you know? Give her an ailment and she'll take a malm. I got the drink at this point. Oi. So? How's the drink coming along? It's in my goddamn hands. Oh, delicious. Nothing better on a hot day. Some say I have expensive taste, but life's too short to settle for second best, of course. This extends to my choice of wardrobe, too. Now that I'm feeling refreshed, shall we get started? You know, dear, you'd look a lot less drab if you knew how to play glamours, you know? Okay, you don't need to rub it in. But you're probably thinking, what's a glamour, you ask? Well, they use glamour prism as a catalyst to project the image of one item onto another. Just an illusion, but very convincing, so transpog. This means the original object stays essentially the same, it just takes on a new appearance, that's all. Just remember, if you fancy a change, you don't need to stick with the same glamour, you just apply another one on top. Or use the glamour dispeller to return the object to normal. Yeah, I know. Why sacrifice stuff for such humdrum trifles as durability, or protection from bodily harm? Limitless possibilities for self-expression just a couple glamours away. Go ahead, give it a try, and do make it quick, dear. For my sake, I'm finding your uninspired attire more and more offensive with each passing moment. Okay. You need to put like glamour dresses are now available at the inn. Where do I get the orange juice from? Once you purchase a bottle of orange juice from the merchant by the northern gate and bring it to her, so that her thirst may be sealed. Yeah, it's sated. The northern gate, so that's gonna be this way. Merchant and Mendo, right there. Oh, auto walk. So I guess we'll purchase items. We are looking for orange juice. We are looking for orange juice. Fish. Dark matter. Insert song here. How do I get that? How do I get a mech mount? Give it to me, 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 give it to me. Yeah, how do I get that? What is that? I don't know how to look up a mount that someone has, so we will just suffer with the knowledge of seeing it and having to believe it. Right, Ted, have you brought my orange juice, unless you have forgotten? The merchant who sells it can be found just inside the northern gates. Apologies. I have it right here. No need to be snacky. Phew, that's a relief. But I can teach you to bring color to your life as well. Listen well. There are extremely handy items called colorants, which allow folks to dye their outfits a variable of rainbow colors. These colorants are so simple to use and eventually have no excuse but to be fashion unconscious. Lest you worry that dyeing will affect your garments. Very tired today apparently, I'm sorry. Lest you worry that dyeing will affect your garment's precious properties, you may rest assured it will not. The practicality you adventurers love so much will not suffer from the change in appearance. A change for the better. I don't know why I'm doing this kind of voice. It should also gladden you to know that garments can be dyed repeatedly, so there is no fear of getting locked into one color. The garish pink that seemed like such a wonderful idea after a dozen glasses of red can be undone. And what is all you need to do about dyeing gear? Now what are you waiting for? Get out there and bring some color into your life. Did you offer me rose pink? I do have terebinth. I can paint furniture. Oh, my arms are actually currently, dyed. Duly noted. But, was that Nico Robin? Oh, yeah. Nico Robin from One Piece. Well, if it isn't my favorite adventure. Well, thanks. Shout out to Phantom if you're watching this. I know you hate it when I give them a deep voice. Lady Midfilio awaits you with Sola. Please enter at your leisure. I'm sorry, Tataru. It's funny this way. Oh, hello. I am given to understand that the matter of Ramu has been resolved. I fear resolve bespeaks a permanence we cannot rightly claim. Yet I am well satisfied that the Lord of Levin will not trouble us in the foreseeable future. Your satisfaction is assurance enough for me. How fares the investigation? Well enough. Thanacred is sparing no effort. They are many in one, just as you suspected. Their purpose, however, eludes us still. I see. I have been meaning to ask. What is Alasel quite well? I feel as if I have scarcely seen her in recent days. Oh, you haven't, Oh, you haven't, and nor have I. Alas. Oh, it's Alisai. Alisai has chosen to walk her own path, stubborn girl. But you may be rest assured that our destination remains the same. And on that note, I take my leave of you. I trust that the Baldesian report will serve you well. You wrote this in Comic Sans. I take it we can proceed as discussed. Why do you ask? You scarcely need my permission to act. I look ridiculous. It is good to see you again, Saliano. Oh, thank you. Oh. I don't need a round of applause by any means, but I have been looking forward to congratulating you on your triumph. and the 12 swords. Owing to your efforts, conflict has been averted. Truly, you have done the Silence proud. With that, we can strike a raw move from the list. So who's next? The Sagan? Oh wait. So who's next? The Sagan or Leviathan? Stola tell us it's Leviathan. The Lord of the Wool has not answered his minion's call of late, nor is he expected to do so in the near future, while the Sagan remains as aggressive as ever. They lack the quantity of crystals required to call forth their god. As with the Sylphs, we can leave them to their own devices for a time at least. For a time bears repeating, we can ill afford to fall complacent. As Stola says, unless we know the minds of the beast tribes, we cannot predict with any certainty when next the primal will return to plague the land, lest we get Papa Nurgle. This being the case, we must proceed with as much haste and prudence as allows. Any word in Titan? The Maelstrom keeps the kobolds under constant observation. That should be a more elegant voice for Stola because she's a mage. We shall hear from them ere long, you may depend. We shall hear from them ere long, you may depend on it. Indeed. So then, of all the known primals who have been active in recent times, we are left with Gridania! Wait, I mean Garuda, who is the primal of the Ixal who live near Gridania. Yes, that's what I meant. We're back in the forest again! So many moms to cover, but would that were a more efficient way to conduct our surveys? Were he still with us, we should not have wanted for more than a practical solution. Sorry, she's not wrong there. And the words are you, chief. My hand's like a paintbrush. What do you want from me? Well, one sure step at a time. Oh, henceforth, the Order of the Twin Adder will handle all matters pertaining to the Sylphs under the sage guidance of the Seed Seers. I bid you all enjoy this a moment's respite. You've earned it. I better go get dressed. Oh? Hello. Is there something else, Celiona? Beg pardon. A man named Lahibre has sporting a red mask and robed in black. Well preserved. Prior to the calamity, the Ashians took great pains to remain hidden. Why would they choose to cast off their veil of secrecy now? Gods bodes ill. We must take advantage of the present lull in primal hostileness and investigate the Nahibre. And then all we can learn from oh god, I'm falling asleep in my chair. We must take advantage of the present lull in the primal hostilities and investigate this Lahibria. Learn all we can of him and his designs. I dread to think. Hey, sorry. Eek. Satoru? She'll be kidnapped. Oh, hello, Sylph. A Sylph in Fenelon? Long last, this one finds walking one Celiana. This one is most dependable of these ones. It is sent by Elder One and Fixio to help walking ones. This one is called Neuroxia. This one comes as a friend. But these ones be friends. I'm so sorry, I keep like long day at work. Sitting in a chair does not help. Pleasure to meet you, Neuroxia. I can't. Pleasure to meet you, Neuroxia. Chocolate Mountain appreciates your kindness. We're here. Ah. People. As you have doubtlessly witnessed in your travels, the lands of Eorzea, grasping under the pall of a suffocating darkness, I must wonder if it is this darkness that invites disaster, or simply that disaster has left such gloom in its wake. One thing is for certain now, now is not the time to relax our vigilance. What's over here? Can I access it over here? Nope. Which means return to Menphila. Menphilia, we have come to speak once more. Yes, Satoru is as ready to express her fright as she is to express, well, everything else. Not all of us are forged of the same steel as you, I'm afraid. But it takes all kinds to make a family. It pleases me to no end to see us continue to grow. One by one, the people of Eorzea begin to unite. Celiana, drawn to hope that shines within you. Yet a darkness threatens to engulf this light. Never have I doubted the Ossian's presence. But that they have grown so brazen as to carry out their work in plain sight fills me with a sense of deep foreboding. Thank you. Well, we must investigate Lahibra. La 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 la. I am afraid there is no rest for the weary, Celiana. And we're still further to motivations of the masked man, the Ossian known as Lahibra. This is an ideal moment to do so, while our hands are not bound dealing with another primal. At present, we know little unless about the Ossians, only that destruction follows in their wake. And they also tend to go by Arby's at 2 AM. I should not be surprised if these beings are behind the chaos that racks the realm. If my fears prove to be reality, we must do all in our power to stop them. Earlier, I sent word to each Grand Company to solicit cooperation. The Immortal Flames responded to the effect that they have information on potential sighting. This is intelligence that we ill afford to ignore. Go speak with the Flame Commander at Swift Hall of Flames in Uldar to inquire further. How you go about the investigation thereafter, I leave wholly to your discretion. Start putting people down. But whatever you do, do not forget that we are dealing with the unknown. You cannot take too many precautions. Be safe, Celiana. Well, we must go to the Hall of Flames in Uldar. Let's teleport. I'm awake at this point. I do apologize for kind of dozing off there. Probably should just sleep more in general. On work nights, but I have a bad habit of not doing so. Oh, my lights to my bedroom do work. So I'm gonna take a quick moment to do a bit of a painting session. Saw some ideas for model that I want to try to set. Go. Just a little bit of light painting, nothing major. And a few dots for practice sake, and I'm gonna replicate some of the color scheme for a Warhammer army. Because I am a very big fan of Tau in general, and since my mechs are largely painted, with the exception of like a handful I need to go back and redo in a few areas, I am currently painting my Kroot, aka what if we had tribal bird people that when they eat things they evolve. I think conceptually they're really neat. But with that aside, let's talk with our Flame Commander here, and instead click on this guy here. Level 70, by the way. The Masked Man. Wait, let me look at your face. Yeah, just generics. Voice. The Masked Man? You're coming on behalf of Scions. Of course. Yes, as we've already relayed to Lady Minfilia, there's been a sighting of this rogue near eastern Thanalan. A brass blade stationed at High Bridge described him in detail when he alerted us to suspicious activity. I would point you to the witness, but I'm afraid he died not 2 days ago, slain by a marauding horde of Chichidine. Fate can be a cruel mistress. But do not be too quick to despair. Being situated on a trade route, Highbridge sees its fair share of travelers. Folk are always coming and going, and so among them may well caught a glimpse of your target. Sorry, naughty. You could do worse than to speak with a merchant named Hikibaru. The fellow's always starved for customers, and he'd no doubt welcome your effort, whether or not you have the coin or the mind to spend it. You're too fast travel with the camp's driver. You wouldn't, would you? Yeah. Well, we figure out our way over to our good friends up in, northern Eastern Thanalan. Let us talk for a minute, shall we? As we maneuver our way past the giant bird. As we walk, fall, and run, must I ask how everyone's days have been thus? Everyone having a good day? Nothing too crazy going on? It is the Monday after Easter, so I'm sure there are cleaning to be done, as well as various familial matters are still being left to be resolved. But you can nonetheless wonder how everyone else's Easter went, since I have really enough. Imagine me. I won't say about it's me gaming inherently, but it's largely me studying for a month. Did I pass our target? I did. Itty bitty fellow. Welcome to Highbridge, adventurer. Whatever you seek, I, Kihibaru, can provide it. Probably. You are after a masked man? I'm not sure I have one of those in stock. Oh, you're after a masked man. Why didn't you say so? Such an individual may have featured in one of the many rumors I've heard. If you linger a while, perhaps you'll learn a thing or two. Sorry. Oh, let's just keep my hand busy. Do something while I stream. That way I'm not risking dozing here because, dear God, this nap time sounds great. The office Salmon Pink. When the Order of the Naldthal began excavating the ruins below, I'd hoped that Highbridge would turn into a bustling hub for pilgrims. But thanks to the nigh endless beastman raids, folks are afraid to come within a mile of here. I sold everything I owned to get my venture started, and I am loath to give up without making an earnest effort to stick it out. But if things keep going as they are, I'll be bankrupt before the moon is through. I have some Dot's pretzels. Whining won't do me any good, though. No, for my business to survive, I need business. Speaking of which, perhaps you'd like to browse my wares and spend a bit of coin to help a struggling merchant out with his business. The Masked Man? Bah! That'll take your bloody Masked Man. I know what I said before, but vague rumors are all I've got. If you want more to know about him, you're going to ask the other merchants. Bro did not know for a Scooby snack. I've heard tale of a masked devil. He seems he's been appearing not only around Highbridge but elsewhere about Thanalan too. Enough folks have reported him to convince me he's more than a figment of the imagination. But little is known about him otherwise. Well, thank you. What's in my eye? Can't have a break there, unfortunately. On the trail of a masked man. I have heard of him, but only in hushed tones and faint whispers. I said he wears a black hooded robe and looks right suspicious. That's all about I can say. Little though it is. He's nice. Have I seen a masked man wearing a dark robe? No. I haven't, nor do I wish to. Business is bad enough without shady characters lurking around. Folk have been giving Highbridge a wide berth because of the Chechen raids. None but the most devout pilgrims are willing to come here anymore. Oh shit. Judging by your expression, I take it you didn't learn much of use. Look, I'm sorry for my rudeness earlier, it's just that things are tough for merchants at the moment. The Chechen raids are so constant, so organized, we're beginning to suspect that someone's orchestrating it all. I did put my own welfare first, like most of us do, but that doesn't mean I'm a bad person. I promise to keep an eye out for your masked man if I see or hear anything about him. Just let me know. Let's open a window real quick. Apologies, I also gonna grab ice cream all the time. I finally got some honest to good information on your masked man. So, why so confident? Because I saw him with my own 2 eyes. Well, before they were taken, that is. Yep, blind now. I was out for an evening stroll, but the last 5 minutes, minding my own business when I noticed that, boom, a column of smoke rose from a cliff over at Thal's Respite. Curious, I took myself there to find a masked man. Your masked man, I'm sure of it, standing by a fire. As if in an answer, some Chechen appeared soon after. The group began talking at length. I'm afraid I was too far out of earshot to hear much of anything. After the group had dispersed, an idea came to me. If you were to use this as smoldering coal to start a fire, you might be able to arrange a similar meeting. It will be dangerous, I shouldn't doubt it, but you've proven yourself more than a match for a pack of rats. So what do you think? That's some sound reliable information, even if I do say so myself. Well worth all the lingering about you've been doing, wouldn't you say? Well, gorge. Let's summon the bird. Go, Cordon Bleu. Chicken is in your veins. And always pilot the bird with one hand while we sit back and chat for a second. Shall we chat? Is there a chat? I don't. Yeah, if you're into Warhammer 40k, because we're in a large talking about war today, because finished a new book, very good book. I highly recommend Twice of King. If you're into Warhammer, or if you're not, I do recommend The Infinite and Divine. It's a very good book in my opinion, but I do think Warhammer is kind of one of those franchises where it's very bloated. But you kind of just get in through hearing people talk about the lore, and then you just find a bit of lore you like and go from there, and then pick apart everything and learn as you see fit. Where am I starting? Oh, right there. You know, since this all occurred on a cliff, I imagine it to be more like, you know, on the valley's edge, but... Oh. What's this murder you? I didn't take much. Up off we go. So back to discussing Warhammer for a second. Everybody likes the Necrons. If you don't know anything about Warhammer, I think the best way I can describe the Necrons is your senile grandparents from... not senile grandparents. Your senile ancestors from ancient Egypt have got a severe case of cancer and decided to become robots to deal with it. So now they're having petty squabbles in the retirement home as they proceed to break out and fight across the galaxy, or more specifically, your local city, because it's boring to fight in the retirement center, god damn it. Why not make my fight in the retirement center be everyone else's problem? And so, because of it... Oh, I'm too out of participate, okay. And so, as you're now robotic ancestors, or you're now robotic grandparents, effectively, the Necrons just have really good books and named characters. Like Charles the Infinite is probably everyone's favorite. Everyone knows, I'm not gonna say everyone. If you don't know Warhammer, you're not gonna know him, of course. But he's your kleptomaniac. Think of him like combining Indiana Jones, I'm not sure. I think Indiana Jones is definitely a good like reference point for Charleston. But he just walks in, middle of the battlefield, steals the opponent's tank, leaves effectively in lore. And the tabletop is not great, but that's besides the point. Let's get back to dialogue, shall we? Back so soon? Were you able to find any clues leading to your masked man? I found a piece of paper. Gasp. The scroll. It bears a prayer to Ralgar the Destroyer. In case you're familiar, Ralgar is the deity, the guardian deity of the Almigo, which is currently under Garlean rule. It's highly uncommon for folk of other nations to revere him. I'd wager my last skill that your assailant was Alamigan. It seems this masked man of yours is very well connected. I must confess, the merchant in me envies such a diverse network of contacts. The self-same merchant also senses danger ahead and darkness besides. Are you certain you'd rather not take things nice and slow here at Highbridge? Nope. I'll just keep gambling. Sunset orange dye. Ugh. Looks like shit. The Almigan bandit you had a run-in with somehow connected to your masked man of mystery. So it stands to reason that if you want to pick up the trail again, you should head towards Little Alamigo over on southern Tanalan. Just so you know what to expect, the settlement is a favorite destination for those refugees who couldn't, well, adapt to life in Uldar. The heart of the denizens are said to be as barren as the wasteland they live in, and all for intents and purposes, it's a lawless place. Be prepared for a not so warm welcome. Worst comes to worst, they bite your fingers. Now, if I'm certain how much of a help she will be, but if it just so happens, I have a daughter who has, relocated to Little Alamigo. Her name is Hihira, and it shouldn't hurt to seek her out first. And while you have her attention, I'd be obliged if you could send her my love. Not a day goes by that I don't think of her. But I suppose this is it then. I'd hope that you would linger here a little while, pull some fiends, spend some coin, what have you, but something tells me you're destined for greater things. Whatever it is you end up doing, I wish you the best. Was Ralger another primal like the rest of them? Oh, it's right up in here. Speak with Hihira at Little Alamigo. Amalot. Why, yes, Hihibaru is my father. Oh, Michiki. Oh, yeah, you look generic. He said what? I wish I could be a better daughter to him, it's just that... Oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't bother you with my family matters. But I'm grateful to you for delivering the message. Now then, what brings you here? A masked man? An Ashen man in a mask? Ashen in a mask, man? I'm afraid that this description doesn't ring any bells, but one of the others here may have seen something. I would recommend you speak to Gundobald, the leader of the settlement, but I must warn you though, he isn't exactly accommodating to outsiders. I'll play this game one-handed. Old man about things. Older fellow, definitely aged, sword on his back, definitely a warrior, so nothing too crazy. Voice, probably a little bit deeper. Who are you? State your business and be quick about it. I am Saliana. I'm here to find a masked man. Looking for a masked villain, you say? Why should we help you? We struggle enough without having to answer the whim of every outsider. You are not welcome here. Be gone. I'm trying to save the world. The least you could do is give me a skill. And preferably a red one. Well, next quest is over here. Stark Raven. You do Raven stuff. Oh, hello. Sup? These are the 3 deaths. It's just awful deaths. Well met, adventurer. I am Giselbert, head of security here at Little Alamigo. I heard tell that you had business with Gundobald. Knowing the bristly old bear, I don't doubt he told you to bugger off. Owing to their hardship, the refugees don't trust anyone but themselves. Should have seen it last time an outsider came in. Skinned, starting from the thigh up. What the experience? But Owing to their hardships, refugees don't trust anyone but themselves. Even my men, I can get so much of a word thanks to a word of thanks out of them despite watching the place day and night. Thanks or no, I try to help my fellow man when I can, and you seem a decent sort. If you tell me what brought you here, I might be able to lend a hand. On the trail of Maspion, you say? Mm-hmm. An Ashian. Ashian? Ashian. Ocean? Ocean. Ashian. You even know what you're talking about. But if you're looking for a masked villain, you say, I can't say it sounds familiar, but I have men to look out in Al-Majah to the south of here. That's where suspicious, if there's been any suspicious activity, they are likely to have seen it. I had a mind to take them each a cup of sweet fennel and tea so as to lift their spirits. If you were to run this little errand in my stead, they'd be all the more willing to tell you what they know. It's like right in town. Make me go across the bridge. And not to grandmother's house. She lives in Grihania. Through the desert and through the sands to grandmother's house we go. There should be a guard around here. There you are. Whose the hells are you? I'm trying to conserve energy here, so leave me alone. Yeah? By Scott, well, and you consider it. My thanks, friend. What's that? A masked villain? Hiding among the refugees like as not? Me compatriots live here, go about as though they're dead on their feet. It's near impossible to tell what's on their mind. For all I know, they're up to no good. Well, I hate to break it to you. You weren't helpful. Well. You there? Are you in Al-Majah? No? Then carry on. Would you let me speak if you got a cup of tea? Ah, this sophisticated aroma. It's been forever since I had a drop of sweet fennel. I'm going to enjoy this. What? A masked man? Don't know, don't care. Unless he's got dark, scaly skin, stands 10 fulms tall, and has the face of a lizard, then I don't give a murmur's fart. A murmur's fart. Anything near me. Oh. Look at you, little one. Oh. Oh shit, he's 42. Oh my god, I almost got jumped. God damn it. Just keep moving, just keep... Oh, jeez. Would you like to do my quest, asshole? What is pissing you off? Shoo, don't bother me. If Almajah overrun us, I'm blaming you.
Okay, but...
For me, you shouldn't have. Sorry, a suspicious masked man. As a matter of fact, I caught a glimpse of someone fitting that description during patrol. Well, I couldn't make out whether it was a man or not, but... What with the mask and robe, but assuming it was a he, and he was taking some Alamegans, I assumed he was one of them. I'm talking, not taking. Well, we must go report back to Gillsby.
Who named you? Her name is Gillsby.
And what kind of name is Celiana?
It's heavenly. Mom thought she was being artistic. Being creative outside the box.
Ah, you're back, so that my lookouts have aught to share with you. Doesn't like much to go by. If you're any further in your investigations, seems to me you'll need the cooperation of the Almegans. For this, you'll need to win their trust, and that won't be an easy task.
Yes, Dad. Off your pants?
So you're determined to press on with your investigation? Then I have some advice to offer. As I said, you won't get far without the Almegans' trust. The best way to win that trust is to get a compatriot of theirs, someone they respect to vouch for you. Oh, whoops. I accidentally double-clicked. Thunderball belongs to the Almegan Resistance, so your best bet would be someone who's part of the same crew. If you know anyone well-connected people, you might want to start by asking them.
On Banacred? No. Yeah, I think Banacred would be the answer. Go, Gadget. Warp paper.
Well, that lighter burns at the corner, just teleports. It's like a puff of smoke as the cat's like on the floor coughing. In hindsight, I'll have to ask if I can make a toggle, but I have a model being made right now. I should ask if I can get cat ears for it, just so I can have it for the FF14 streams. But it'll be fine either way.
Do-do-do-do-one.
Welcome back, Celiana. How fares the investigation? I see. Given all they have suffered, it is of little wonder that the Almegan refugees have lost faith in their fellow man. They have had their homeland taken from them, and for the past 2 decades, have had to see it remain in the enemy's clutches. To compound matters, none of the 3 states have the means to take in all those who are displaced. As a result, a great many Almegans now live on the margins of society, suffering from poverty and discrimination. With that more could be done to ease their hardship, I fear nothing short of reclaiming their homeland would be a lasting solution. But let us deal with one problem at a time. Returning to the matter of your investigation, it just so happens there is an Almegan native among the Scions. I should be pleased to introduce him to you.
Are you gonna give me pants?
Oh, these look like, Ida's legs. I feel for a casual outfit, this is probably the best one so far, but I like the fancy fit. Oh boy, a weapon for level 26 to 24. Your Armegan combat is named Harabert. Harabert. He joined our cause in hopes that he might find some way to liberate his homeland. While he spares no effort towards this endeavor, I have no doubt that he would be glad to assist you. If I recall correctly, Harabert is currently between missions. Try looking for him in the storage area.
He's in the closet.
No, the storage... There she goes. Oh my god, what's with your hair? I have such an intense urge to be a Macho Man Randy Savage voice. Oh my god. Let me just, finish off this ice cream here real quick, and we'll get to that voice, shall we? Hey, there you go. Well, if it isn't Celion of Aramis, the Scion's rising star, is there aught I can do for you? It's not very much of a Macho Man Randy Savage, but hey, we'll see. You wish to win the trust of the people of Little Amigo? That is a daunting task, my friend, even for our own countrymen. I would like nothing more than to help, but I'm afraid my name no longer carries a weight with that lot. I used to be a member of the Almegan Resistance, you see, but I left in favor of joining the Scions. Though my allegiance may have shifted, my purpose remains ever the same, the liberation of Amigo. Yet, whatever my reasons were, I abandoned my comrades and they'll have nothing to do with me. Now while I have no more friends in Resistance, I know someone who does. Her name is Alberta. She is a resident of Quarry Mill. Say my name when you meet her. She won't lead you astray. Oh, I'm back to Blackshot. Where's the Quarry Mill? We're teleporting. We're going places. Nice and polished off now. I think we'll maybe do like a full quest and we'll probably call it here tonight. Eh? You want me to introduce you to the Resistance? Huh! Why the hell should I do that? Give me just one reason.
Gonna kill someone.
Harbert sent you? Good. Harbert sent you? That worthless horse son. He abandons his comrades, his woman, and now he's going to ask me for a favor. Simply incredible. I mean... I realized Harbert was only doing what he felt was right. He's a good man, and if he trusts you, that's all I need to know. You see that bloke over there? That's Mefford, a captain of resistance. I hope he can give you what you need.
Thank you.
Chat, it's time for a weapon unboxing. Chat, it's bad. Mefford needs help tending to a wounded brother. I am Mefford, a proud man of the Alamegan Resistance. What business do you have with me, adventurer? Captain! It's Galleon, sir! His wound's gone infested and he's bursting up! I don't think he's got much time! God damn it, I asked the villagers for aid, got on my knees and begged, but they refused to lift a finger. If Galleon dies, his blood will be on their hands! These coy-milk cravens turn a blind eye to our plights, but they might listen to Albreda. I fear my anger will prevent me from convincing anyone at the moment. I realize we scarcely know each other, but this is a matter of life and death. Please, adventurer, go to her and try.
Got you. Do me a favor. Alright, I'm back. Back again.
One of Mefford's is in bad shape, you say? I'm sorry, but there's none I can do. I want to help, truly. They're my countrymen, after all, but that'd mean going against the elemental's will. I've been at Quaymill long enough to know how right terrible the beings can be. I couldn't forgive myself if everyone gets banished because of me. Does anyone help you? It'd be Charlene, the Hamlet's resident hero. If you take them out to her, she might be... she'll listen, though I wouldn't get my hopes up.
Okay. Across the bridge we go. Hear ye, hear ye.
Well, excuse me. You wish to aid the Almegans? You are possessed of a kind heart, adventurer. But I'm afraid I have not the authority to grant your wish.
Are you gonna tell me to talk to someone else? You are.
This authority belongs only to the elementals, eternal guardians of the Twelf's Wood. All outsiders, be they babes at the breast of men grown, are judged of a night whether they may have a place neath the boughs. Alas, the Almegans' petition has been denied. Harsh though it may seem, they do not have leave to receive the wood's bounty. Ever has it been since time immemorial, and ever shall it be.
I grumble.
That's how it will be then. The bloody hero might as well kill Galleon herself. Spit on the elementals and spit on their bloody will. I cannot wait until the resistance is free of this place.
Well, bye. Thanks for the XP and gold. You offered me 10k? Say this.
I led my men to Quaymill hoping to find refuge, instead we found indifference. The cold-blooded bastards here worn us out. I can't oblige them soon enough. The problem is, some of mine aren't even fit to travel. Hells, Galleon can't even stand! As you know, the people of this accursed hamlet won't help us, so I have no choice but to turn to you, adventurer. In my homeland, Long Antelope is Long antelope horn is a traditional remedy with poison purging properties. If you can bring me, say, 4 horns, I'd be forever in your debt.
Okay.
Oh, it's not far at all. I thought they would have to go to, like, Battleland. I'm in Thailand right now, aren't I? I mean... No, I'm in Shroud. No, so yeah, Thailand. We'll go the long way around. Should have done some music on the background. I'll say the game's bad, but I'd like to listen to some stuff here and there. Recently, I've been getting really into Arctic Monkeys, the band. Don't know why. Just have been. I think it's because over the past month or so, my taste in music has largely shifted from a lot of like rock to a lot more sad stuff. And I'm not saying don't take this as a cry for help. Anyone who's watching, I'm not going to pick a breakup or something. It's just I guess it's having to learn how to move on. I'll talk about it maybe one day. It's been a hard thing on me for a long time, but I don't want to ramble on about it. I wish everyone the best in that circumstance, but I shall move on. I just wish I could feel at ease with everyone. But, with that aside, I'm sorry, we gotta take such a serious turn. Ah, you're back. Tell me you've got 4 horns with you. You're a godsend adventurer. Praise Ralgar, there's at least one woman in this place who gives a damn. Now we need to find a way to prepare. You wouldn't happen to know a man named Bhaskaran, would you? Some comrades of mine told me about him. They said he never turns away folks in need, no matter where they're from. Seeing as he runs a tavern, he'd like to have some tools to make the medicine. I'd be grateful if you could take the horns over to him to have them ground down. When that be done, give them the powder back and give it to Faramund. Godspeed.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry about that. Like you're saying. Yeah, I do apologize for taking a serious turn there. It's just been a heavy thought on my mind for a long time, as of the past month or so. I find that talking out loud about issues at times can make things easier to grapple with. But for my taste in music, I have largely started picking up Arctic Monkeys. I got into them through 505, because I listen to a lot of Billie Eilish here and there, mostly because when watching Invincible, the newest season 3, during one of the episodes, a song of hers plays called When the Party's Over, and that has led me down a autoplay spiral, which eventually got me to Arctic Monkeys, and I really like Arctic Monkeys, to put it away. Knee Socks is also very good. I've looked through all the songs. Unfortunately, I have a bad habit of just listening to stuff and paying attention to what it specifically is. But, Saliana. I keep coughing, I'm sorry. Oh, Saliana, sight for sore eyes. How fancy adventuring, rolling in the coin like there's no tomorrow, no doubt. You've got something to show me.
I need you to get the wonder out.
Well, these make good old antelope horns. Need them ground down to make a medicine, you say? That's a better idea. I'll give you some stuff I have in my stores. I'm a no stranger to the remedy. Our Megan friend once used it to treat my festering wound years ago. Safe to say, he saved my life. But this is for now Megan's soldier in Quarry Mill. That's full simple. Well, I hope it helps the poor sod as he needs it. Oh, and don't worry, your little head. I still owe you a deal more than... Wind cloud. What? I still owe you a deal more than you owe me, I reckon. Here they go. There's another song I was listening to also, which has some vacation vibes as well as called. It's in my liked music section, so I can find it real quick. But just like, I don't know, sad, quiet instrumentals have stood out to me in recent years. I think instrumentals in general have grown on me because I'm a very big fan of a lot of like OSTs of soundtracks. Signalis in particular, a game I intend to play here for stream relatively soon. Is an example of that. But let's talk with Fairmont. It's well to see you returned. Have you the medicine ready for a brother? Have the medicine for your brother. Gods bless you, adventurer. I'll hear that galleon received the treatment at once. Hopefully this will allow the captain to seize you. It's been a terrible burden on him, trying to keep every man alive. You've done us a great kindness, my friend. Time? What does it look like? Let's be... Yeah, it's more traditional. You offer 10k in a glamour. What time is it right now? It is 7:22. Looking at the time right now and expecting a phone call here in the next probably 8 or so minutes, it might be best for me to call the stream. We'll pick up of course on Wednesday because I do have trivia night tomorrow with some friends. But I would like to first and foremost thank anyone and everyone for watching, if you've made it to the end or if you popped in and popped out. Your viewership is greatly appreciated, and it keeps my dream of potentially continuing this burning ever brighter. As we conclude the stream today, I would like to once again thank you all for watching, and we'll pick up next time with more MSQ. Hopefully, the goal will be to try and get towards maybe the 25% completion mark, because I don't know how far I am. There's a way to look it up, so maybe I'll look it up and see what the specifics of where I'm at in the story is. But as we prepare to end the stream for tonight, I would like to first and foremost wish you all a good night, sleep well, good morning, have a good afternoon, based on wherever you are in the world you may be, and be sure to remember, always floss your teeth. The dentist watches. Trust me, he's in your vents. He's on your walls. He's under the floorboards. He's everywhere and nowhere all at once. He is a dangerous entity. You should not trust him. Be careful. Watch all your corners whatsoever. Do not let him near. Repeat.